welcome to another edition of Focus Westerville. I'm your host, John Buckles, and it seems like we aren't the only ones shining a spotlight on the city of Westerville. Recently, we were again recognized by a couple national outside voices for the quality of life we enjoy here. One of those, a real estate association, put Westerville at the very top of their list of the 10 best suburbs in America, all based on the cost of living, the quality of life, and the amenities we enjoy. How about that? Well, the city takes pride in that kind of recognition, and Westerville City Manager Dave Collinsworth and the staff are striving to take citizen customer service here to the next level.
Well, customer service is a big part of what we do. We are in the service business, so we're here to deliver public services to our residents. That's anything from cleaning the streets to picking up the trash to providing police and fire protection, parks and recreation, and all those kinds of daily services that our residents rely upon.
The city is very good at responding, no matter what it might be. With regards to, at least this time of year, the snow, they're just phenomenal. Pre-treating the streets and making sure that the streets are clear for us.
It's been great. Trash has been great. The streets been kept clean so far with all the weather, and the leaves getting picked up is very nice.
My favorite thing about living in the city of Westerville is just the amazing customer service as far as the power outages and just how really quickly they get the power back on. Seems like it's just so very fast. We've lived in the city 7 years, and I think one time we've had a power outage and it lasted 5 or 6 hours. It just seems like that's just such a low percentage compared to what my friends around the state have.
Westerville's commitment to citizen customer service is shown not only by the energy put into the more traditional city services, good roads, reliable utilities, safe neighborhoods, but also in some additional initiatives that the city is proud of. For example, the Westerville Emergency Notification System.
Yeah, Westerville Police and Fire.
The emergency notification system is a system we implemented here in Westerville to be able to serve the community a little bit better if there are natural disasters or things of that nature that are so important that everybody in the city needs to know, or certain people in certain portions of the city need to know about. Well, this awesome service it's an immediate service. So if there's an immediate problem, we have 300 lines that are calling you immediately. We can get a whole city of Westerville called, and that can also be included with people who work inside the city, who may not necessarily live here, but work inside the city. They can register their cell phones, so maybe during the day there is an emergency, they can be contacted immediately. Currently we just have people who have their home phones still registered, but with the updating technology, people using cell phones, we're implementing a new system that people can sign on to the internet and put in their cell phone numbers, their email addresses, so they can get text messages, phone calls on their cell phones, or possibly an email that if they're in the area or if something's happening in their neighborhood, that they can be aware of any situation that's going on within our city. Well, if we have an armed robbery or something in that area, the command staff, the corporal or sergeant on scene will say, hey, we need this parameter call out and what to say. And we basically log onto the internet, onto our website, and do just that. We will call out every single person that's within that parameter and let them know what's going on. If they have an unlisted number, they can just log on to our website, enter that unlisted number, and it won't be sold to anybody else. It won't be given for any other purpose except for if there's an emergency and they need to be contacted, we will call them with that unlisted number. I know last February an elderly woman had walked away from a nursing home here in Westerville, and it was 20 degrees outside and it was reported she didn't have a coat. So we used the emergency notification system to alert the people and the businesses within the area that, hey, if you see this person, they're missing from the nursing home, and being that it's 27 degrees outside, that's a medical emergency for her. And luckily she was found by a passerby she was about 2 miles away, so good thing we made a big parameter for that one. We have a system where we can build it, 1 mile west, or we can do south of Maxtown Road, north of Huber Village. We can basically make any parameter that we want to. Resident reaction has been very positive so far. I feel like the City of Westerville residents want to be informed, they need to be informed. the social media that's out today. They get most of their news on Facebook, Twitter, or maybe the 10 o'clock news, 6 o'clock news. Now they can get it immediately. If they're in an area and they could possibly be endangered, they will know about it.
We absolutely love living in Westerville. We moved here about 4.5 years ago. We picked Westerville because we love the city, we loved Otterbein College, the parks especially, knowing that we could bring grandchildren to play or do anything we wanted to. We love the paths. We're near Hoff Woods, so we go and watch the baseball games on weekends. And the path can interconnect, so if you're riding a bicycle, you can go wherever you want.
Yeah, I love the parks there. There's actually one park not too far away that we go to occasionally, and it's like, well, I mean, obviously not now because it's winter, but outside it's always clean, it's always lovely. There's, you know, always a bunch of people around, look like they're having fun and everything. So yeah, we love it here.
So far, like, we've been really impressed with the parks and everything too, so it's been really nice.
Responsiveness is, you know, when we receive a request from a resident, that we're acting on that quickly. We're not letting a lot of time pass, and that we're not only reacting quickly, but we're giving a quality response to the residents so they understand what it is that we're able to do for them and address their concern.
Yeah, we take service requests. We take them via phone, obviously. We also take the service requests online. People would log into City of Westerville, click on make a request, and it walks them through all the information they need to provide. Those requests, whether they come in via the phone or online, they go into our work order system. Yeah, it really just kicks off initiates the process of the service request. The City of Westerville takes requests for all kinds of services: potholes, electric outages, street lamps, tree damage, the whole broad spectrum of everything that we take care of. Within Parks and Recreation, we take the tree calls for service, a lot of tree calls for service. Residents want to have their trees pruned, or they think the tree may have poor health, need to have the situation addressed or at least inspected, and then of course on occasion removals.
Right. So I mean, there's a lot going on.
Right. I want to bring back these bottom branches. So today we're here at a request that we received a month or so ago. Resident was concerned about the condition of the tree. The tree had been broken in a windstorm a few years ago. This tree was allowed to remain because it wasn't a hazard at the time of the damage. And now you can see it's starting to resprout new growth. What we want to do today now is address the growth that's coming from the damage and make sure that the tree continues to put its energy into the right places. We take calls for requests on trees for really anything. A lot of the time, somebody may not know what's going on with the tree and it may or may not be serious. We can take that time to educate them, let them know what's going on, what they can do to help it, and what we can do to help it, and allow these trees to remain and create a lot of value for the city. So the street trees are all defined by the street right-of-way. Generally, that's between the sidewalk and the curb. Any trees beyond the street right-of-way are the residents' responsibility to maintain. They would have had to pay to have the tree pruned had it been theirs, or would have had the freedom to cut it down if they wanted to. But yeah, we do maintain the street trees because we know they're a value to the city. They provide a lot of environmental benefits to the residents, and it's worth the investment in maintaining them. We're gonna prune it up. We're gonna remove some of the sprouts that have grown from the damaged portion so that the tree will put its energy into one. That will retake the canopy and cut back some of the additional branches as well. So this is important for the city because we maintain an established tree that has some significant size. It provides a lot more benefit than to come in here and have the added expense of removing the tree and planting a new one getting the new trees to establish is always a challenge as well. So whenever we can preserve existing trees, it's always better to do so. Most common requests that we're getting in parks are the vandalisms. We received a call that the panel had been broken, most likely by vandalism. We got the new piece in, came out here, and had the guys pull off the damaged piece and put the new one on. More eyes always help. We can never be in the places as frequently probably as they need, so residents using their eyes and ears out there help us. If anybody has any concern, question, if they think there's a problem out there, please let us know. That's the only way we can address these things, is if they let us know.
Well, convenience is a lot about delivering the services that are needed when they're needed. And sometimes that's hard to do as a government entity because you have to provide services to everybody. And so convenience is really about making sure that we can tailor those services to meet the individual needs or neighborhood by neighborhood needs that a particular area might have.
The times we've come in contact with people like policemen or firemen at the firehouses as we run by, they've always been very, very nice and welcomed the children in to see the machinery and things like that, and they've been really polite.
I think the car seat checks are good. Different size kids, different age groups. It helps make sure they're safe. Different cars. We went on vacation and rented a car and got them checked in the car. That way we would make sure they were safe on our trip. So,
taking good care of our citizens inevitably includes a focus on our children. Did you know that hundreds of families have taken advantage of a free, potentially life-saving service offered by our fire department? It's the Car Seat Safety and Inspection Initiative, and it happens at Fire Station 111 almost every Wednesday. The Car Seat Safety Team engages in ongoing training because they say the issues and the options impacting our children in the car seem to get more complex every year.
This program is offered free of charge, and it's open to anybody, not just residents of Westerville. And you bring your car in, and we do ask though that you read your manual first and your car seat manual, and that you install the car seat before coming. And that way we check it over and make sure that you know what's wrong or what's correct with it, and that way if you ever have to take it out, you're more comfortable putting your car seat back into the car.
This is Victoria. She's a year and a half. She's Spitfire. I think that a lot of people don't know all the things that go into installing a car seat. Like, my mother-in-law got one done last month. She kind of went over a ton of stuff, like where the seat had to be, how it has to be, where things have to be shoulder length. She said there were so many important little things that you don't think about that it was almost a necessity to do it.
When you're here, we go over everything, and we can usually advise you, little tweaks here and there on how that child will fit in that car seat better. We usually have children come that are infants, and then they progress into the next car seat. We do encourage every child to remain rear facing up to the age of 2. That's the new standards, and it's safer for the child. It's a wonderful service that we offer.
My name is Melissa Cummins. I came out to get my car seat inspected, to have them put it in actually, help me put it in, because I heard at the hospital that 95% of car seats are installed wrong.
Once you get it in, then you need to put this handle all the way back.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But we'll leave it up right now.
Okay.
You'll notice that maybe with your seat, you're going to have to come up a little bit more in your seat once you have the baby.
Yeah, it's great to be able to come to the firehouse. It's a free service. I've heard about it before, so I know the information's out there. But to be able to come and have the ladies help me with my car seat, being a first-time mother, really means a lot to me.
Probably, depending on how big your baby is, probably maybe at 2 months, then you could probably start using these.
My name is Mason Wilson, and my girlfriend and I came by today to get our car seats checked in order to make sure our baby's safe for when he gets here in about 2 weeks.
But depending on how big your baby is going to be, and you can always move them, but you want to make sure their little bottom is all the way down, so they're actually sitting up.
We had installed it ourselves, but my girlfriend did some research and figured that there was a large statistic of people that, they install it themselves and they think that they have it right, but in theory they don't. And she found out that it's just a quick check here to come and get it checked to make sure it actually is as safe as we think it was originally. So we stopped by and got that done. So it worked out pretty well.
And we have volunteers from other departments as well as city volunteers. We have the mayor that volunteers here, are in training. We need to keep up on it because things keep changing. We have to keep up with our CEUs each year, and our certificate runs out after 2 years. So there's so much evolution in the car seats that there's just so much learning that you have to do. Is there complications in installing a car seat? Usually there are. If you haven't had the training, certain things that you know to look for, you might miss. You might think that you've got your car seat installed correctly, and maybe you don't understand that there's not latch hooks in the middle position where there are on the outboard side. So everybody that comes in here, I think they can just have peace of mind that when they leave, their child is securely, safely in their car seat, and that the car seat has been checked over and properly installed.
As you can see, with new seat models and options, new car features, and the uniqueness of every child's height and weight, they say it's a good idea to make an appointment for each stage of your young children's growth.
The city is in the business of customer service every day, every minute of every day, in every service that we provide. So customer service is an element of fire protection, police protection.
We live in a condo off of Maxtown Road, and it's just a great community. We feel safe there. We've made some great friends. It means a lot to us. We've called the police a few times, and they've been a great response to us.
I feel like it's very safe. I do.
We actually had an incident in our neighborhood, and the police officer that came were very nice and handled it very well. And I mean, it was just very professional, and it helped out a lot. So I really appreciate everyone who services the city here.
Next on Focus Westerville, it's not only our youngest citizens who are sometimes vulnerable and in need of responsive, proactive customer service, but also our more seasoned community members too. The city's Safe Call program is helping homebound residents along with Westerville seniors.
The community services section is the section that has the touch points with all the different age groups in the city of Westerville. We have programs from kindergarten, preschool, all the way up to seniors. We are, and I think as a society, we're growing older. We're having more of a senior population out there. There's not as many young people. So we're going to have to be prepared for that future that involves seniors, and what is it that they need to do to make sure that they're safe. Safe Call is a daily program that we have set up for our seniors that live alone or have limited mobility. And what happens is they sign up for the program, and a computer generates a call every day at a predetermined time, and that time can be anything that the senior wants it to be. If it's 10 o'clock, it'll call every day at 10 o'clock.
Hello.
If they're not going to be there for some reason, they just call and let us know, and we cancel that call. If we call and nobody answers, the system then generates another call to a key holder or a loved one that can go and check on them. If they're not able to, or nobody answers that call, then it lets our dispatch know, and they dispatch a police officer out to check and see what's going on at that house. Is there anybody home, or has somebody fallen? Has somebody become very ill and needs medical attention right away? Or what is the issue? How do we need to address that? And that way we can catch things before they've fallen and broken a leg or whatever, and they lay there for a week. We can get there within a few hours and hopefully help out.
Just seems like that they have more and more benefits that aid us as an adult center senior in Westerville.
I think it's wonderful, I really do, because so many people don't have someone calling on them or looking after them, and I know that personally, I live alone, and that would be a wonderful thing to know someone's checking up on me every day. That would be really super. And I think that the whole city is really looking after the people to think of something like that.
I think what it does is it gives them a peace of mind that, you know, if I go away for a weekend, somebody's going to be checking in on my family member to make sure that they're safe.
Oh, I think it sounds great. I mean, especially in this center, there are so many people that are home alone and people that can't afford these monthly payment type of deals, you know, with the button or whatever. And I think it's wonderful. I mean, I think a lot of people here who maybe don't have it could benefit from it.
Generally, it's for seniors, but if there's anybody that's by themselves, left alone, where they might need somebody to check in on them, I think we could expand that program for that. One of the big things we talk about in our Neighborhood Watch program is get to know your neighbors. Well, our programs are kind of designed to where you can get together with people that live in the city or just outside of the city, learn things and experiences that they've had where they can remain safe. Things that they've learned because they were scammed, and we can teach those to other people. And it just kind of lends for a sense of community where they're sharing their experiences and their thoughts and their ideas. The Division of Police takes customer service very seriously. We try to do everything we can to first prevent the crime. If we weren't able to prevent the crime, then we're going to do everything we can to get there quickly, render everything safe so everybody, no more damage gets done. And then we're going to do our best to find the person that caused that problem, that theft, that robbery, whatever it is. We'll use all the resources we can get, even other agencies, state, local, federal agencies that we can get to bring to bear on that problem.
Isn't that great? So if you or a family member or a friend could benefit from this safe call service or any of the more non-traditional service features the city offers, please contact the City of Westerville. You can go to the city website at westerville.org or call 901-6400. Hopefully during this program you've learned a thing or two about some ways the city is striving to demonstrate their commitment to serve our citizens and preserve the quality of life we have here. It's been an encouragement to me. For Focus Westerville, I'm John Buckles. We'll see you next time.